Hi, I'm Glenn Whipp with the Los Angeles Times. Portlandia just finished another great season, year number 5. Joining us today from the show, Fred Armisen.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You're about to leave again for Portland, right? I mean,
Yeah,
this is the calendar's turned over. It's June.
Yeah, and then up we go to Portland to do season 6.
And you kind of have said that it's like a summer camp for you.
Yeah, it's really nice because we see the same people again and go to that city again, and it is like a summer camp that I really look forward to.
Yeah, it's like a great place to spend the summer too, right?
It's great, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to choose between New York in the summer versus Portland.
Yeah, that's the place.
Yeah. Dress lighter, and
Yeah, and then it's not so hot that it's like all just bathing suits and stuff. Like, it's nice. I like wearing like a little bit of a jacket, So, yeah, I'm psyched to go back.
And how much writing have you guys done for season 6?
We've done about 3 weeks worth so far. Oh, this would be our 3rd week, so we've got some more to go.
Season 5 kind of a little bit different in that you had several episodes where they were just long episodes, not sketches, but you compared it to kind of going from a band going from singles to albums.
Yeah.
Are you going to kind of keep going with that on season 6?
Yeah, we're going to continue some more of that. We really enjoyed it, and it was enough of a challenge that we sometimes make things a little difficult for ourselves, so that we're at least striving and working a little bit.
Yeah.
But just enough, not too much, just enough that like it feels like we're making an effort. So yeah, we're going to continue on that path.
Yeah, I mean, the goal has always been to not repeat yourselves, right?
Yeah, but not to jump off so much that we're trying to outdo everything, but just something so that each season feels like it's like a little gift of some kind. It feels like this season coming up, we might do a little bit more of a Fred and Carrie as Fred and Carrie, because we didn't really do that much of it last year, so we're trying to explore a little bit of that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, each year you go along a little harder because you've gotten so many episodes in the bank now.
Yeah, and I usually don't remember, but like I'll think of something and then the other writers will go like, well, we kind of covered that topic. So we are very hard on ourselves. We want to make sure that like we're not repeating ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you had
as far as message goes.
You had Matt Groening on the show this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy would be the ultimate example of how not to repeat after being on the air for how many years? We were just talking about Letterman earlier. Yeah. It's almost as long, like 25, 26 years.
And the Simpsons keep it fresh in their way. Letterman kept it fresh in his way. It's there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
And I think the way to do it is just to care.
Yeah. And have somebody who knows the show, like, and is keeping notes.
Yes.
Saying, no, you've done that already.
Yeah, and it's not as simple as like the subject matter, but of the attitude too. Like, well, we've commented on something in this way, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I would just like to thank you personally. There's an episode this year. It was kind of, for me, a public service thing. The early onset grumpiness.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that, and I said, I kind of recognized the signs in myself.
It happens all the time because sometimes you think it's just part of your personality. Or sometimes it's like, well, what's happening to me? Where something new will come out, some new something. And you're just like, either the attitude of it's been done or like that sort of like bristling about it is like a sign of a type of grumpiness, especially with crowds, with like, I'm not going to go to that place because it's so crowded. That's something that when you were, 25 or something, that wouldn't have mattered as much.
That thought would never have gone through your head.
Yeah.
Like, how's the parking at this place?
Right.
Can I get out easily? How long am I going to have to wait?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go to the Hollywood Bowl. Right.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Also, what time does something start? I remember I used to be like, I don't care, 11, great. Now I'm like, if I see 8 o'clock, I'm like, fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's really funny just to watch that episode because, I mean, we're around the same age, but you get older and like things start to get under your skin a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I liked how you described it. I think, maybe it was the diagnosis. You're enjoying fewer and fewer things in life. And
but there's a joy to not enjoying things. Like I enjoy not enjoying things. There's something cool about it. And I also for some reason like the age I am. I was worried when I was younger that like I wouldn't, but I like it because all the things I identify with, all the people of my age, I feel like pretty proud of the way we were, and I feel like pretty proud at our role in life. And I actually do feel very open to young people. I do feel very open to like the way things are happening. I'm not grumpy about that.
Right.
It's mostly social things, but otherwise, as far as like the youth of today, I really am blown away and impressed and jealous. Like I wish, when I was 17 that there was Twitter and stuff and like websites I could go to for just the fans of the bands that I loved. Like that would have been great to connect with someone in another city to say, hey, I really like this band. Right. So I think it's pretty great. I think that's one thing I'm not grumpy about. I'm not like, I don't go to the school of, I don't understand kids today. I'm more like envious and like impressed.
Okay. Just as long as it's not crowded, you have to go.
That's where I go. Like, I will wait in the car, or I will avoid a restaurant if it's crowded.
I caught the episode you did with Seinfeld's online series, comedians getting.
Yeah,
comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah,
and he came up to Portland.
Yeah,
or came over to Portland, and you took him out. There was, did you decide how much background was there in deciding where to go with Seinfeld there?
I, was like excited enough about it that I planned way ahead, and I was like, we're gonna go to this coffee shop and this drum shop and stuff, and he wanted to keep it fresh, so he was like, so the coffee shop is one that I planned on, and I'm glad about that. But then we were gonna go to this drum store. He's like, he last minute was like, let's not go someplace where like it's going to be easy for you. Like, I think he wanted to like change it up a little bit, which was really cool.
So you went to what reminded me of, like in the season finale of Portlandia, there's the Dead Pets place.
Yeah, we shot it at the same place.
Same place, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. To me, that's a very Portland place. A lot of taxidermy.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be a good place to take him. And it turned out to be the right place.
It's probably not called Dead Pets though, right?
No. Paxton Gate is what it's called.
Okay.
That's how Portland is.
Yeah,
that's a very Portland name.
And so that was, that was a great place to use, and you hadn't used that on the show before, right?
We've thrown it in. We've used it as a location, but disguised it a couple times because they're so friendly to us there.
It was a good place for the weirdos to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
And way early on, we used it for a knot store. We've sort of thrown it in here and there.
Okay.
But it's good for the weirdos, definitely.
There have been a lot of great guest stars over the years on Portlandia, but having Paul Rubens come in as the attorney for the weirdos.
Yes. That was the right move. And he was, Paul Rubens, I was very starstruck by, because he sounds like Paul Rubens. And just to look into his face, it's like, wow, that's really him. Like Letterman, he just goes back so far deep into memories and, just sense memory. Just hearing that voice, he's got this way of talking that's like, you just recognize it.
Did he come up with the weirdos defense pretty much on his own?
We worked on it together.
Okay.
Yeah, just to make it kind of like, it had to be a real defense for weirdos around the world.
Yeah. So you guys collaborated.
Yeah.
With that. Probably not that hard.
No. We're all proud to be weirdos,
Yes. Yes.
Portlandia is weirdos.
Yes. That's the spirit of the show.
Yeah.
I saw a charity benefit you did on, there was a clip from it online where you did like New York accents.
Yeah.
For about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Different neighborhoods. Can you do the same thing for LA neighborhoods?
I could do it only for Southern California in general. I am not educated enough in Southern California's culture to know the differences between the neighborhoods. And I wish I could. And when I spend more time here, that's my hope. So I say it with pride. I'm like, no, it's not easy to just roll into a place. I am fascinated by the California accent. It's one of my favorite accents ever. It's just, I see it as people really pronouncing everything just really hard. And it almost sounds like there's a little, I just feel like there's enough of like a Latino bent to it that like has made its way into the accent that I hear, and enough of like of a sort of older American sound that I really like. It's like a really good mix, but it feels very respectful of the language.
Well, we had Mary Steenburgen was in here, I think, last week, and she was talking about kind of her life this year, where she's been going from show to show and not sure where she's going on the freeway, and she broke into a little Californians.
She did?
Yeah, she said, I got to take the Ronald Reagan freeway, get off on, I'm not sure. And so that accent, that's particularly when it relates to driving here in Southern California.
Well, it's such a part of, when we did the sketch, I found myself saying all those things in general every time I come here. So it's just part of the conversation. And I just downloaded this app on my phone to get here, in fact, today. And it's called Waze, W-A-Z-E. And to me, it's like a Californians app. It's like a total like...
I'm looking over at my editor because it's my Bible.
It's great.
And if she comes into the Times and she says, oh, traffic was horrible, did you use Waze? That's always my question to her.
It's great. It got me here really quickly. And to me, it's like an app that represents the Californians, or it's like, it looks like it. It's just like, it's exactly the
sketch.
What
you need to do, though, because I'm not big on the voice on Waze. You need to do the Californians voice.
Yes. I want to do that.
Let's put that out there.
Let's put that out there. I have to remember that Californians is property of NBC. So as much as, believe me, I would love to just go down to wherever Waze is. Where are apps located? Is there like a building somewhere? I don't know how that exists in the world. I really don't.
I don't either.
But wherever they are, I'd like to go there and just be able to do that.
Who owns NBC now? I always remember, we were talking about Letterman. They used to make, General Electric. He used to have all those great bits where he'd go to GE headquarters.
Yeah,
bring a fruit basket.
And that even changed.
I
think Universal.
Universal does. So
I don't know how that all works.
Who do we bring the fruit basket to? I don't know.
I don't even know if it's in this country anymore. I have no idea. Probably. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know how that all works.
Maybe we can consult Waze.
Waze will find,
plug that in.
That'd be great.
You have a great
face. I know.
Yes. That and documentary. How do I pronounce this correctly? It's a documentary now.
Yeah. Documentary now.
Yes.
It's like that. It's like
right
now. It implies that it's important.
Coming out
on IFC in August. Yeah.
6 episodes. How long are these documentaries?
Half an hour.
Okay. I wasn't sure how far you were going with the documentary form, if you were just going to stretch it out to feature length. Half hour seems ambitious.
And we framed it in a way that it's like, it has a host saying this was a documentary that existed, as opposed to this is a document. Is more like, this is from our library of many documentaries.
So these are just 6, but
there are many.
Yeah.
Like the joke we did for it is that it's 50 years of documentaries.
And when you say a host, this was just came out like a day or so. Helen Mirren is the host. What a perfect masterpiece. I can't wait to see her introductions to these documentaries.
Yeah, we wanted it to seem serious. So she's got authority in her voice.
So you made 6 of these, like earlier this year, late last year?
No, like only a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah, we're crazy. We just, we had to dive into it, so we had to do it.
Are you still like cutting them and putting them together now? Okay.
There's rough cuts of 2 of them already.
Yeah.
We shot some of it in Iceland, which
Really?
is like one of my favorite places in the world, Reykjavik.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Reykjavik.
You've been there before?
Yeah, it's my 3rd time.
Okay.
It's like the Portland of planet Earth, because it looks like another planet. Looks like the moon.
Yeah.
I know the moon is not a planet.
That's
Don't correct me that.
right.
Science LA Times. But it is still like the moon.
Yes.
Which is a satellite. Thank you.
We're putting all kinds of learning out here right now.
Yes, we have to be educational about this.
Yes.
And Pluto is no longer a planet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Did it there was some talk about reinstating it though, right? Maybe.
I guess that'll keep changing. And I suppose maybe they'll find other planets, or maybe they'll demote other ones. You know, we don't know. We won't be alive when it happens, but at some point they might demote Mars and say, you know, actually it's not a planet.
That'd be sad.
Yeah, but that's how things are. Things change, and you know, I think what Earth should do, just as a sort of self-deprecating way, is take itself off the list too. Just to be that playing with the idea of planet, you know, actually we're not even a planet.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, there'll be 2 planets that revolve around the sun.
And do it before some other invading planet takes us off the list.
And then we'll be like, we're not a planet anyway, so you have no right to take over us.
Right.
You know, go to Venus.
So you shot back to the moon.
Yes, we shot in Reykjavik. We shot 2 episodes there.
You and Bill Hader, right?
Bill didn't shoot any of the Iceland stuff. He was on the stuff we shot here and in Tijuana. We shot here in Tijuana. We did.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
And there are 6. One of them is Blue Jean Committee, right?
Yeah, that's like a 70s soft rock documentary based on kind of the Eagles documentary, but also just on that genre of actually very California music, like Jackson Browne and the band America. Those were very sort of soft bands.
They were called yacht rock back.
Was it?
You've never heard that term, yacht rock?
I love it. That's a great.
Yeah. People like England Dan and John Ford Cooley.
Yes, Seals and Croft.
Seals and Croft,
yeah.
Exactly.
I love that stuff. There's a satellite station that plays them, The Bridge, on XM. Great music.
You mentioned the Eagles documentary, that one that was on Showtime.
Yeah, that was.
Did you watch that?
Showtime?
I mean, how much?
Something?
No, it was on Showtime. It was like a 2.5-3 hour long.
That's the one.
Crazy long.
Brilliant documentary.
Yeah, but did
so
you
well done.
hate those guys after watching it?
I don't hate anybody.
I know.
That's the thing. The older I get, I'm just like, I can't hate anyone.
Really? Because I don't have that
really?
issue. Well, I mean,
but
those guys were so smug in that documentary, and when they fired the guitarist Don Felder.
But you know what? I think when you're trying to make it as a musician, you just, you know, I understand. You just like it's so competitive, and you're just like, you want your band to be, and they're like the biggest selling band.
Yeah.
I understand having ambition.
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus they made the music they did. I get it. I really love Joe Walsh.
Well, Joe Walsh. Who doesn't love Joe Walsh?
Who doesn't love Joe?
Yeah.
He's made and built and created to be loved.
Yes.
His face, you can't help but love him. I think everyone loves him.
Everyone loves Joe Walsh. And when I said I hate those guys, I was confining it to the 2 main members. But Joe Walsh is Joe Walsh.
He is just he's the R2D2 of rock.
I'm sure when the dude in Big Lebowski says, I hate the bleeping Eagles, he wasn't talking about Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh is beloved.
He transcends that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
I wonder if we had some questions from readers. One,
how did you call these questions? How did you find them?
They were on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
So we put a little post out and invited readers to send in their question. You're not on Twitter though, are you?
No, I'm on Instagram, not Twitter. I can't tweet. I don't, I'm not quick enough. I don't have that kind of wit to be like, some people can really do it.
Yeah.
And I think too much about what I'm going to say, and then that moment's gone. And then Twitter's all about the last second right thing to say.
Mm-hmm. One reader wanted to know if you have ever successfully had a menu option lobster-rated.
In a way, yes, because I've gone to sushi places and been like, go ahead, bring me whatever, omakase.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember where this was, but I remember there was a something lobstery came that I was like, and I think it was cooked. It wasn't a sushi, but it was like, that's the way I feel like, yes, there are some restaurants I've gone to that have been like, here's this lobster option.
Like in a good way.
In a good way, yeah. I like lobster when it's, I don't like having to crack things open. I don't like any of that business. I like my food simple.
Yeah. I mean, even though we have the glasses to protect our eyes from flying things, still.
That stuff ends up everywhere else. I don't want to work for my food. I like lobster rolls. I'm good that way.
Easy access. Yes. When you had Matt Groening on, was it like for the episode where, it was the Bart Scompson t-shirt, thing.
Yeah.
Was that a fun thing for him based on all the rip-offs?
And also just for anyone who's watching, the episode is about bootleg Simpsons gear, which you see all around the world, these jokes on the Simpsons and Bart and stuff. And then one of the Portlandia characters, this guy Spike, is running a t-shirt company, and he makes a bootleg one, which it's Bart Scompson about ska music. It's very purposely poorly put together. And then Matt Groening comes up to Portland as part of a lawsuit. So that's what that's about. Anyway, he was really into it because he's from Portland.
Mm-hmm.
And then also he collects bootleg Simpson stuff.
Really? He actually...
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah. And so did he obviously got the shirt from the show then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which was the poorly... I loved how he described it. It's how it was poorly made, the number of lines in Bart's head.
Yeah,
the size of the pupils
in
his eyes. And he was just genuinely offended by...
the bad quality of it.
Yeah.
He was great. That's another one, like Paul Rubens, where you're just meeting this person. There's like a flood of like, God, you're such a huge part of my life. The Simpsons, it's like burned into all of our brains,
Mm-hmm.
We do model some of our episodes on The Simpsons, not in structure, but more like, okay, this could happen on The Simpsons. Someone, having a big change and then going back to the way they started at the beginning of an episode. That kind of thing.
Right. You talk about people that are part of your life. I guess this guy's a person, Oscar the Grouch.
Another one.
Yeah. I mean, you did a scene with Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah. And you do feel yourself kind of become like this little kid. You're like, you're talking to Oscar the Grouch, which when you're a kid, you kind of like, you see Big Bird and you're just enjoying it all. But then now I'm like realizing like what a cool character that was, Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah.
Lives in a trash can is pretty. He was the punk of that whole organization.
Right. And just the attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way he looked, green spiky hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he was my favorite as a kid.
Yeah. Now looking back, it's hard. I think I had an Ernie puppet or something, but now I can pick and choose a little better.
Right. Grover was good too.
Grover was pretty great, but what was he? What did Grover represent? A sort of carefree attitude, maybe curiosity. We don't know. But are we all Grover? I don't know.
Yeah.
What isn't everyone? Or maybe is no one? Maybe Grover is the collective. Where does the LA Times fit into all this? I don't want any answers right now. Those aren't questions to be answered. These are questions to be asked. Questions to be asked and pondered. And perhaps next year, when you come back for what's becoming an annual thing,
we can explore the Grover issue.
The Grover
more.
issue. What does his name mean? Is he growing, or is he a version of all of us?
Questions.
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 Thank
Questions.
you. Thank you for coming in. It was
Thank
great
you.
to see you again.
Great to see you.
And I'm looking forward to, am I saying this right again? Documentary
Now.
in
And-
August.
And thank you. And I love Los Angeles.
Work on those neighborhood accents.
I will.
Silver Lake.
Silver
That'd be
Lake
a little
would be
different.
There's a little bit of New York in Silver Lake because a lot of New Yorkers are in Silver Lake.
Yeah.
They kind of ended up over there.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
For more of these conversations, latimes.com. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. We love you.